This is what we see where the picks and bans here. Cavalieri banning out Rek'Sai, Warwick, and Caitlyn. It's good to note that this time it's not Cardona Cass, it's actually Wi-Fi Mike playing Bel'Veth here in the jungle. So spoiler alert, yes, he played Bel'Veth. So that's why we see the Warwick ban. Rek'Sai is being banned a lot against Gameable. He is proficient on his Rek'Sai support. And the Caitlyn ban here, I believe this is Nakotan. I'm not really sure, it might be Kalikat here in ADC. So Caitlyn is one of his better picks. So well calculated bans by Cavalieri. They've been a strong contender during this event. Miscreants here on their own did ban out the Akali, Syndra, and Yon. These are 3 targeted bans towards Akali, Cavalieri's captain, and of course, as you can imagine, mid laner. Miscreants here Cavalieri starting off with the first pick, Tahm Kench. Tahm Kench has been a very easy to flex champion. He plays well in top lane, he plays well in support role, and it might be a bit off about this one, but he used to be really good in a Senna Tahm Kench lane as well if he would be quote-unquote AD carry. So this champion can fit a lot of niches. Miscreants respond that with Camille and Hui here, a long range mage, and Camille. Tahm Kench, he's like a bit of that mid-range fighter style champion, and he can disengage or engage. Camille just locks down the target, so a good choice here to keep him in place. The Hui is just a comfort pick here from Miscreants, easy to blind as well for them. Long range mage, he can play safe and get that farm, and then play for team fights. Meanwhile, Cavalieri say, okay, I can't be too upfront, so they go for Jhin here. He can stay a bit away with his range, while Volibear is their pick of choice. Peach White on Volibear is one of his stronger champions that he is more well known for. So him picking it up here, saying, okay, Hui can't CC me via ult. Camille, I can beat her down if she jumps into us. So I kind of go well against the 2 picks done by Miscreants here. Meanwhile, Miscreants opt to go for Bel'Veth here into this Volibear. I'm not really sure about the matchup or the comfort level here, but picking Bel'Veth does mean that Miscreants want to play the early game very aggressively, very in the face of Cavalieri's jungle, and they also want to make a lot of repeat ganks on some specific lanes. Bel'Veth really wants that hard snowball to keep the game in their favor, so they want to play very up tempo. Now, getting back into the bans here, Miscreants miss out on their ban. Not really sure what happened live and what ban that was, but the next ban here with Malzahar secures that Miscreants really want to ban out Akali's entire champ pool if possible. They forgot about Veigar. It was Thresh. Alright, so I'm finding out the ban there was Thresh. Thank you, Peach White, for correcting me on that as well. So I guess they did forget the Veigar. Oh, and of course Seraphine could have been a pick here. We've seen some amazing Seraphine ults by Akali on this champion. So yeah, the ban there, Malzahar, very strong mid laner. And to top it off, Cavalieri keep banning out mid laners as well. Not really sure about the further mid lane bans though, as Hui was already picked, but fair enough. Unless I'm reading this in reverse. I'm sorry if I messed up that part. I think I'm saying it right. They did ban out Azul and Ari here. So the next pick here, Miscreants going for Xayah. Now Xayah, he sees Volibear, he sees Tahm Kench is good. We thought Hui was support. Sorry, okay, that makes more sense. So Xayah, I think it makes sense if Volibear jumps into you and you can time things well, you can kind of get that space that you need to continue fighting and DPSing your team. The next pick here is gonna be Veigar and Darius. Now, Ducky Warrior on Darius is definitely a menacing threat, and I'm curious to see how I have not seen the games myself. I'm curious to see how this top lane matchup worked out for Cavalieri, and how it went for Miscreants here, who did go for this Maokai. into the Darius. Maybe Maokai can out-sustain the Darius and keep up with the damage threat. But I'm pretty sure Darius can chop down that tree with his big axe earlier on, especially. Meanwhile, Veigar here into the Hui. I would assume this is so confusing. It's true. Okay. My apologies. The Camille there does confuse you in this draft in the sense of who's going in which lane, which is why you would think it would be Hui support or something. Okay. It just happened to me right now when I saw it from your perspective. I was trying to see who Veigar is gonna lane against. Alright, so Veigar, it has something similar to what Hui can do. He can utilize a bit more his lane. He has good sustain in his mana pool. He has the AoE stun. If played correctly in the lane, he can definitely hold the lane without much trouble. So this was the draft. Looking at it just at face value, Miscreants kind of have a mixture of things going on. Some champs want to go in, some want to disengage, some want to poke. Cavalry's team comp tends to be quite in your face for the most part, with Jhin and Veigar supporting that. Overall, I think I prefer this comp when it comes down to structure. In terms of team fights though, if Bel'Veth gets really ahead, apart from there's going to be a hard time perhaps taking her down, but even Hui could be a problem here, but Veigar could answer to both, to be honest. It depends how far the game goes. I think team fights are definitely in favor of Cavalry in this mid game time. So let's see how things go here. Gonna quickly start the game. We don't need to wait for any picks and bans or delay timer. Let's get right into it. Alright, I'm not sure if you hear it, but the chat is indeed exploding. I tend to hide it, but it's a vibe, I guess. It's still going, by the way. I know it looks like it's frozen, but the time here is changing. Alright. Oh, no, they still have some left in them. Okay. Let's see. Miscreants here in the red side. Just filling out the map here with all their characters, making sure they're not invaded on. It is Nocketin is peak in AD carry here, while Wi-Fi Mike is occupying the jungle role instead of Cardona cast. Ducky spots Fazola here in the top lane. Goes with the Cull start, Darius here not looking to play. I usually Cull here, you're looking to farm more than play for the early fights. Perhaps he considers the Maokai lane to be something he can get away with going Cull early on as well. Alright, bot laners saying hello in their variety of ways, be it feathers or tongues. What do we have here? Where do we think the action is going to be? I would assume it's going to be around top side if Bel'Veth is starting there. I would not be surprised level 2 ganking this Darius, or maybe potentially even level 3. Peach White is already on his second camp though, quickly outpacing this Bel'Veth within the clear. Fazola getting those stacks already there, and Ducky even with the Cull start here. Oh, does take a shot though. A tower shot will equalize the trade actually. Could have been a kill there with Doran's Blade, but the Cull start is still strong enough to get away with here. Now does get the level 2 spike. The action in top lane signals a wary battle about to commence. In the meanwhile here, I would like to see Peach White playing for this top side. Darius is definitely one of these champions that you would be more than happy to help get snowballed. A bit of an unstoppable force, especially later on when he does get the ultimate ability. Alright, both junglers though do equalize in terms of their camps. Ducky and Fazola exchanging blows here in the top lane. Fazola does get dangerously low, and will it be enough to take him down? What we did not see off screen is that Maokai passive coming in clutch, and the level up as well does equalize the health difference there. Already a lot of action in this top side. Now, Fazola using Maokai W here to a great extent dodge the damage from the Darius Q. Took a bit of too much damage early on, could have definitely saved up more of his health resources there, but does opt to teleport back to base, fill up his health bar. Oh, cancels it. I thought he's recalling, my apologies. He does cancel it to try and get a better shove, but this does mean he's quite low and without mana. Peach White is here in the top lane. The instant flash from Peach White. Fazola does have flash. Could have potentially been saved there, but flash for flash is traded there. And Ducky still has his flash coming into lane. This could signal the end of Fazola's lane now that he does not have flash with a wave pushed in. Let's see how that goes. So far, Wi-Fi Mike and both junglers have yet to recall, and that seems to be the next step while in the bot lane. The CS being quite equal here across the board. Jungle, mid, bot and top all seem to be an equal pace in terms of CS, as we see a slight lead here in the bot lane with this final wave crash. Oh, let's see what's going on here. Top lane we see Fazola's quite extended now without flash, as Peach White opts to find the gank here. MCS will spot it on a ward. Peach White does drop a ward off his own there, making sure no one can cross the river. Dragon could be something they're looking for here, as Akali in the mid lane does not have enough mana to contest for a potential gank. What's good to see here is that Peach White rocking his boots. He will be fastest on the map at the current moment, especially with that Volibear Q. Right in the top lane here, we start seeing the big CS difference here. 28 is to 13. Before this back, all was equal, but Ducky White now with the potential of flash. Fazola forced to take this a bit slower. Without help from his jungler to crash the wave here, he will not be able to contest his wave at all against his Darius, and could potentially look really bad around the level 6. Meanwhile here, Wi-Fi Mike looking to gank will get spotted on a ward. Gelhetsu and Bodgar will be able to back off. Oh no, the W from Wi-Fi Mike does land. Gameable is soon to follow there. Gelhetsu push down to dangerous low levels, but does use the shield, and first blood happens in the top lane as predicted there without flash. Flash Ghost being used by Ducky Warrior on level 6 timer. With the denial of XP, he does get 6 first, and in the meanwhile, all this is happening while Gameable trying to find the engage will get taken down with the 4th shot here from Bodgar as he reloads his gun. Nocturne Speak gets the barrier off and the last kill on Gelhetsu, managing to trade the kill there, but it does secure the double kill for Bodgar. Start to see an explosion of plays happening here around the 6th minute mark here, as people started getting their level 6 spikes and flashes being used offensively and defensively. All while this was happening, grabs were also secured here by Peach White. So a great turn of events for Cavalieri here, all ending up in favor of them. We need to collectively find the play here, as Peach White taking his time here invading the enemy territory. We see Tiamat being picked up by Wi-Fi Mike. Despite Belvet having a variety of AoE abilities, this item is typically not needed. Dogotako gets sidestepped on that ult. Akali now flashes, and Gelhetsu is there to respond with his deep dive. And now we see a level 6 Volibear hovering this mid lane with the enemy red buff. Fazola and Ducky Warrior exchange blows, and surprisingly enough, this Maokai that's been denied the whole game and is dead is enough to contest with Darius. Not really sure what's going on there. Meanwhile, the entirety of MCS here, Avengers assembled in the mid lane from both sides, trying to help both sides mid laners while Bodgar and Nokitin are left alone in the bot lane. A lot of action here. Dragon is of course on the table for both sides. We do see a slight gap here in CS from the jungle. The levels though are indeed equal. Both supports yet to hit their 6 spike as well. So this is the time to fight. This would definitely be now, as both bot laners don't have flash. They do connect on that dash, and Bodgar gets taken down here. Shut down to Nokitin. Get too soon to follow, and Peach White is there. MCS find an absolute return to their plays now as Wi-Fi Mike picks up his true form, dashes over the wall here as Cavalieri look at this dragon. The ward being dropped here by Akali. No one though does decide to take it. It will stay in its pit as MCS happy to take the exchange of plays here and going back to shop. Alright, so MCS finding a great equalizing play there, and it seems like the top lane that was going so well for Cavalieri is not really looking that bad, to be honest. I don't know how this matchup is working out, but it really is. Even gold lead here, we only see a 1.3k gold lead, and most of it is on this top lane, and as we see, it's not really making a big difference for this Maokai. Maokai, one of these champs that will have enough CC to hold back Darius later on. So let's see it here. Gameable gets rooted, but the Camille hook shot taking him out of the danger there as Akali there drops down his E. Another recall here. Second recall from Volibear here, getting his components for Cosmic Drive. As the remainder of MCS here tickling this dragon, not trying to see what play we should do, whether it's the grabs dragon or get a play on bot. Meanwhile, Ducky Warrior has been around the third health the entirety of this laning phase. Fazola calling out for a play up top potentially here with his jungler. Could have been a good opportunity with the Maokai ult, as we do get a reset here from the Belvet. Now Bodgar looking to get some damage on this tower. Notkin is trying to play Minesweeper while CSing and does successfully take down the cannon minion there. We do see the remainder of MCS here leaving their ADC all alone in this bot lane, sharing plates, while the remainder of the team is trying to make a play up top. Nokitin gets ignited, but barrier might save him. The Jhin ult will finish that play off, and now all eyes on MCS. You guys are 4v3. It's time to make a play around these grubs. Fazola gets singled out in a 2v1 right off the bat. That does equalize things here. Peachwise still has ult, and everyone gets slaughtered here off the damage from Darius with the flash. Wi-Fi Max secures a kill on Peachwhite, but Dogotako has no mana to respond. Although they were 4, it's important to know that you need to play in a single file and play together in one unified play. The difference here, Fazola was caught off guard there, and Ducky Warrior and Peachwhite were happy to respond to that play 2v1 and getting the Darius passive off. A big difference in this fight that could cost them the game. Now grabs did stay alive there, not even one was taken yet. So the play still continues on, and dragon is also a possibility. 11 minutes in, we've not seen a single dragon get taken in this moment. Big differences in CS though here in the bot lane and top and jungle. This could come back to bite them. Alright, this time we see MCS here starting up this dragon between Nocturne, Speak and Gameable, while Cavalieri here finish off the 6th grub that's going to be really strong for their push potential. Wi-Fi Mike is up top here taking his red buff, while the remainder of his team secures dragon. An amazing cross map play here done by MCS, managing to get both objectives, and now Gameable and Nocturne looking at Bodgar, And the snare does land. Gameable gets the W off. And a big Q. The fork shot does finish off Gameable though, as Bodgar comfortable taking the trade and finishing it off, all part of his master plan. Meanwhile, in the mid lane, we've casually seen Akali get up to 2 kills. I'm not really sure where he got these picks, but we do see the first solo play of the game here as Wi-Fi Mike tries to gank. The flash from Akali does come through. A Wi-Fi Mike here to respond, and the shutdown is secured. Gelhetsu is here too, and Wi-Fi Mike is on the run as Peach White and Gelhetsu flash. So does Wi-Fi Mike. The Tahm Kench Q ult interaction does finish him off. Meanwhile, in the top lane here, trouble for Fazol as he does get Darius ulted once more, taken to dangerously low level health bar. What will Ducky do to finish off this play? He will take some plates and back off. Meanwhile, we see pings coming out from Miscreants here. The play is to push in this mid lane. We do have completed items from all parties here, from AD Carry and mid lane in Miscreants. This could be a good fight if they look for it, while both junglers now coming back in the map with an item. Peach White yet to recall, while Kraken is completed here on Wi-Fi Mike. We are sitting on a lot of gold from the side of Cavalieri, so the fight is actually quite even despite the difference in gold. And the teleport here from Fazola gets stunned though by Akali. Wi-Fi Mike is here to respond. The W landing. Akali has no flash. He does get fully turned on by Noctin and Gameable. The kill there from MCS starts off the fight on a good pace. They are now 5v4 in this fight. Ducky Warrior is on the flank and Gelhetsu is also looking, but he is spotted on a ward. Herald for Belvet is a big play, but while all this was happening, Cavalieri will say, we'll just take the bot lane turret for Bodgar, get him even further ahead. Now it's time for MCS to use this Herald interaction with Belvet to try and get a very quick deep push in any of the lanes they find the possibility to. Those don't know, it does give her baby grubs to push faster. Now Peach Fight trying to take enemy blue buff. He will get spotted though, and MCS choose not to make the play as Smite is an option in Peach White's arsenal. Now, oh, Akali quick with the TP here, does not have flash, but Ducky Warrior is here to respond as the Herald play does get taken down here by Cavalieri members. Bodgar sent to mid lane to defend as Dogotako gets engaged on and does get eaten though with the snare. This is not looking good for Dogotako. The finishing shot here from Bodgar, and this could spell doom for Miscreant's mid lane turret. The remainder of Miscreants are here though. Gameable, Wi-Fi Mike and Noctin is peak. They do successfully defend this mid lane turret. And in the top lane here, Fazola caught between Akali and the Ducky Warrior. He will be doing the dance around that Veigar E, gets out of it, but he will get sniped with the clickable ult that Veigar has, very famous ult, and does get taken down. Very well played there by Fazola, using the W on Maokai. It does make him completely invulnerable to damage, or in this case CC, but the Veigar ult is just too strong and does secure the kill. And meanwhile, Wi-Fi Mike still having that Herald buff, opts to use it down in the bot lane. Does secure that bot lane turret, and now meets Peach White and the Fury of the Volibear. The full item Belvet here versus the item component Volibear. Not even close. Volibear secures the kill just by sheer base stats alone. In the meanwhile, Gameable uses that hookshot to jump out of danger. Not gonna be happening much here. Cavalieri slowly edging out the opponents here. 7k gold lead already in their pockets. We do have Dragon coming up now. It's the second Dragon of the game and will be their first if it is secured. See both Ducky Warrior and Peach White on top of things there. Sported to note, we do have a 1.6k gold to be spent here on AD carry and 2.6 here on Peach White. So it could potentially spell a lost team fight if they were to have one right now, but it does seem the recall will be done right after Dragon. Fazola though, happy camping here in the top lane. So much setup here on the Maokai. Not really making full advantage of it. Oh no, Ducky Warrior finds Nocturne. And the ults are exchanged here. No one gets taken down, but it is spelling danger there. Both champions do need their ults, and Ducky Warrior is half health in enemy territory. Do Miscreants respond to this play? Or will he get away with it? It doesn't seem like it will be the case though. Kali and Gelhetsu are here to respond to the topside play here from Fazola and Gameable. Yep, Daniko, it's indeed the win trade button. Veigar is an old champion by design. Luckily his Q is now aimable. Oh, Dogotago, speaking of aimable, does Bodgar get the kill? Will Dogotago dodge it? The flash does go down the fourth shot. Peach White is here between towers. That is a full AP Volibear. He is definitely quite squishy. Fazola is in the top side though with unending despair. And Akali could respond to that. The teleport is also being used in the bot lane. Let's see, Akali and Gelhetsu find Fazola, but that is a very tanky Maokai. Oh, but that's a very strong Veigar too, and the Gelhetsu does eat Fazola. The unending despair healing him just enough, and flash coming out. Great play there by Fazola, exchanging his flash to get the kill and stay alive on the map. Meanwhile, Baron did just spawn. Cavalier might be looking to make the play around this Baron. 7k gold lead, well 6.3k gold lead here for Cavalieri at the moment. They're quite ahead. Most of that difference is in the top lane and then the bot lane. But we do see two completed items, sets of items here on the entirety of Cavalieri except for Gelhetsu. So they are extremely strong compared to the remainder of Miscreants, who some haven't even started their secondary items. This could be the opportunity. Cavalieri need to stack and get a fight in enemy territory. Akali now forced to flash with the retaliation play from Dogotak on Wi-Fi Mike. Gameable is also there. Akali gets taken down. Gameable is dangerously low. Bogdar has so much damage and he's here to respond. This mid lane turret is the play. Ducky Warrior will find Wi-Fi Mike and does secure his killing spree. This mid lane tower is gonna be toast pretty soon as Bodgar just needs to land a shot. Gameable teasing Cavalieri with his hookshot. Alright, let's see it. Peach White is here securing Miscreants blue side camps, forcing Wi-Fi Mike into more and more despair situations. Fazola still seems to be winning this top lane matchup despite the item difference. Must be very Maokai favored, just a bit difficult early on. And meanwhile here, Gameable can help Dogotaku out, but it doesn't seem like too much help can be the case as Dogotaku forced to recall once more. Oh no, Nocturne's peak gets taken down dangerously low there by Akali. And now we see Fazola trying to get Peach White and Ducky Warrior off of them. Here we go. Dogotaku gets eaten. And now Bodgar and Gelhetsu finish off Dogotaku while taking tier 2 bot lane as Peach White and Ducky Warrior. Hello Alucard. Facecam comes later, but we're in game right now. Not really sure where to stuff my face when there's so much action. So let's see it. Gelhetsu tags Gameable with Bodgar shooting off his bullet. A great snipe there between Wi-Fi Mike. The multi-sniper Bodgar gets the snipe weaving it in. Remainder of Cavalry choose to back off here, securing the second dragon of the game at the 22nd minute mark. Alright, miscreants here don't really have a lot to respond with at the current moment. They are quite behind in terms of well, the entirety of the map and even items and gold. They do need to find a singular unit from Cavalry overstepping. Will it be Gelhetsu here, who is caught off guard away from his team? No, he will not. He will indeed be A-OK to walk it off. And now Peach White attacking his red buff, trying to make the most out of his Volibear powers. Thunder and lightning. Very, very frightening. Alright. It's really gonna be a slow and steady game. If MCS want to play this one out, they really need to take their time, try and find this one Cavalry member out of position and get the pick on it. Meanwhile, they need to hold back the waves. Getting damage or trying to overstep for their jungle is gonna be a bit too much. And there you have it, Ducky Warrior instantly finds the play here on Wi-Fi Mike. Loses about a third of his health bar in exchange, but it's definitely a well trade as jungler is down. The Baron is the next thing on Cavalry's list of things to do. Bodgar is for some reason tanking this Baron. He is definitely the hero of his team. Oh no, he gets tackled by Baron. The Faker Baron gets him, while Peach White and Gelhetsu are smacking it. Let's see it. Baron gets taken down as well by Bodgar's health. Surely he can't really be on the map at the moment. He needs to recall. But Cavalry don't care. They are Cavaliers after all. They will indeed keep pushing forth despite their health differences. Let's see it here. Fazola is the next target on Cavalry's radar, as Gelhetsu might be the person caught off guard. He's getting very low here. Camille Alt is down. He cannot escape that, and he will be taken off there, giving Wi-Fi Mike his form. And in return here, Bodgar is low, but he does annihilate Gameable. Knock it in, flashing in, gets Ducky Warrior the kill. Fazola and Wi-Fi Mike are left here to defend against the two strongest Cavalry members, while Peach White and Akali are happily smacking on the enemy turrets. This is not looking great. Wi-Fi Mike tries to W, but catches the ground there as Akali and Peach White are closing off this game. Oi, oi, oi. A nice try here by MCS. It was quite equalized at a certain point as well. Good fighting back. But in the end, the tempo was overturned by Cavalry, and it was pretty much up Millhouse from that point on. Well played to both parties, especially well played to Cavalry.